Hey everybody, I know a lot of us are stuck at home with kids whose hair is starting to grow longer. I've been cutting our kids' hair since my oldest, started growing hair and he's almost 9. I am not a professional by any means, and you may have tips on how I could do it better, but I thought I'd walk you through how I cut their hair. So I'm just gonna start with my 7-year-old and go from there. Hope this helps. So the last cut I did with him was kind of fun and funky. The front was really thick and it would kind of swoop over. This time I need to take off a bunch up here. This guy's got a lot of calyx too, and if I show you on the back, you can kind of see he doesn't need a whole lot cut off back here. Here I'm going to start with a number 8 attachment for my clippers. I'm going to snap them on right here. Okay, so I'm going to section off a little bit in the front. And leave that there to deal with a little bit later, and then I'll start with my number 8 kind of in the middle of that thick section there and start pulling back. This guy's got really thick hair, so this takes a little bit, so I'm going to speed it up a little. Here I'm working with my number 7 attachment. I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way back on the top of his head, and I'm going against the growth always, and I'll come down a few inches around all sides of his head. Number 6, I'll be coming down a little bit farther than I was before and coming up. You'll also see that I go around his ears. You don't necessarily need to do that yet with this number 6 because you'll be doing that again as your clipper numbers get smaller. For 2, I'm just going to use around the base of the neck, so keep his head face down pretty far. Okay, this is where I'm sure a lot of you salon artists are going to be cringing. This is what I have done, and this is the only thing I know how to do. Doggone, my elbow's in the way there for a minute, but I'll end up moving. I'm pretty much just trimming back till it looks good. I do try to end up making it kind of even. I like the front longer than the back of the head. I was taught if you kind of use your scissors vertically instead of horizontally, if that makes sense, it kind of gives it more of a feathered edge. Anyways, you'll kind of see as this goes along how it ends up kind of working. I came back in with my 5 just to clean up a few edges around that top part. I know it's hard to see on the side, but you'll see when I do it on the other side. Just cleans up some of those longer pieces that I don't really need in there. One last little cleanup here across the top, just kind of making sure it's the length that I want it to be. Here I'm going to use my comb and my Phillips hair trimmer. You can actually use it for beards as well. It's a great little tool, very easy to use. And I like to use my comb to kind of measure off the direction that I want to look the finished product, and I still kind of eyeball it a little bit. Here I'm going to do sideburns. I kind of measure off in the same place on each ear. And then I'm going to very carefully bring it around his ear. There's one more thing I wanted to mention. I really like this American Crew defining paste. Any kind of gel you can find that's really thick and kind of glue-like like that, it helps forgive any kind of little errors you might have made in the hair. Anyways, hope this was helpful. If you have any thoughts or comments, let me know.